as a bathroom.
I couldn't even stand the smell. I opened it up and you could see toilet paper in there with, you know.
That's something we want to take very seriously. We take all the concerns seriously.
We took these complaints to Veronica Garcia, the Director of Neighborhood and Housing Services.
We've shared all of those concerns with the contractor and emphasized the importance of professional behavior, including the subcontractors that may be utilized.
I don't know why we trusted those contractors.
Telemontes has documented issues with repairs since moving back in. A toilet not sealed to the floor properly led to a leak and forced the family to remove the tile.
Back here,
Foundation issues persist.
the cracks on the wall.
And Telemontes says she cannot get a straight answer on what plumbing work was done. ProMasters told her this backyard sewer line was closed.
You can see that this is dry.
Trust me, you don't want to see what she pulled out. The mounds of raw sewage have hampered the family's plans for the backyard.
I feel betrayed. I feel let down. I feel deceived because everything they told me was going to be fixed, that was going to pass, that needed to be up to code, was not done properly. And it's only made it worse.
Does it disappoint you to hear that?
So I would answer that as homes are a very deeply personal space, and we approach all of our home rehab projects with a lot of care and understanding and respect for the family who lives there.
And this is where the original faucet was, right here.
Telemontes has found an advocate in Councilwoman Terry Castillo, whose West Side district includes the home. Castillo says she met with the family and is now working with NHSD on a resolution.
It's important that we're having conversations with constituents in terms of what is the impact and what is the quality of work.
As for what the future holds for ProMasters, the department's highest paid contractor,
We're aware that there is the contractor. We've had some complaints about them, but I will add that it's important to note this contractor has shown
From KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
A man shot after trying to break into 2 cars in one day. He fled, blew out a tire, then tried to steal once again. Now police have caught up with him. We're going to break down what happened next.
It was just kind of like scary. I just didn't want another Miss Beta situation.
Neighbors on the west side are still in shock about a 6-hour standoff that they saw in their front yards. What they say is police tried to negotiate.
All right, good morning to everyone out there as we start our 5 o'clock hour on a Monday morning. Welcome to Good Morning San Antonio. I'm RJ Marquez.
And I am Daphne Gray. Let's get right over to meteorologist Justin Horn. In our Weather Authority world, it was very cold walking outside today.
We talked about this last week. It's going to be back to work and back to school, but it's going to come with a jacket and umbrella. You're going to need both this morning as you walk out the door. Let's first start with the Authority radar. And you'll see that most of this is really light. And look, that's going to be the theme today. None of this is going to be very heavy. In fact, throughout the morning hours, or at least the next few hours, I'd say most of this is just going to be in the form of a few sprinkles. Now, as the morning wears on, we could see some light showers, but even then, this is not going to amount to much in your rain gauge. It's going to be more of a nuisance thing. But with the clouds and those sprinkles around, it'll keep temperatures on the cool side. So know that we're not going to warm up much today. Right now, we're at 44, 43 in New Braunfels, 44 Converse. You got a northeasterly wind, so that means there's a little bit of a wind chill too as you walk out the door, hence the need for the jacket. 46 at noontime, 30% chance of rain there. Showers ending at 2 o'clock, so know that the rain will come to an end early afternoon, and then we'll just be cloudy later today with a high temperature right around 50. What's beyond that? Well, more sun and warmer weather Tuesday and Wednesday. And then by Thursday, we get another cold front. This brings more cold weather, more rainy conditions, and then hopefully a warm up by the weekend. So a lot of back and forth here. There's a lot to look at in that extended forecast. We're going to show it to you. Plus, we'll lay out the climatology for December as well coming up here in just a couple of minutes. But let's get over to RJ now. Roads are going to be busy this morning, I would imagine, RJ.
Yeah, that's right, Justin, as we get all of our folks back to work and obviously all the kids back to school on this Monday morning. 5:02 right now. Let's give you an update on the roads, the current traffic conditions, and traffic is looking pretty good across the city of San Antonio right now. No major incidents to let you know about. And my guess is that we're probably not going to see a lot of construction activity because of the holiday weekend. Usually they go ahead and give some of those crews the entire weekend off, and that includes the early Monday morning start. So we're taking a look at their 35 Wiener Road. No major issues for our drivers in that area. And one more quick shot here. This is going to be the downtown area. That's going to be 10 at Martin Street. No major issues for all of our folks there, but we will keep an eye on everything related to some of the traffic that you're going to see across our area on this Monday morning as we get all those kids and people back to work again as we start the work week. All right, let's get you updated on your top stories. A man is recovering after being shot Sunday while trying to break into someone's car. Get this, not once, but twice. According to San Antonio police, the suspect was trying to break into that vehicle when the owner of the car saw him and then ultimately shot him. So this all happened the other day on Culebra Road near Tesla Road. The suspect left the scene in a white pickup truck, blowing out a tire while trying to get away. Police say that he then tried to steal another vehicle at a nearby gas station and was eventually caught. At this time, the suspect's condition is unknown. SAPD says that the vehicle owner who pulled the trigger is not facing charges right now, but is refusing to cooperate with this investigation.
A San Antonio neighborhood returning to its normal state after what neighbors described as an unforgettable night this weekend. 52-year-old Bobby Rocha barricaded himself in a home leading to a 6-hour standoff Saturday night. He walked out with his hands up and now faces charges, including aggravated assault. But our night team Zaria Oates spoke with people who witnessed the tense scene.
It was just kind of like scary.
About 5 o'clock, I walked out of my house. I saw a few police officers.
Janie and Michael are just two of the neighbors who watched San Antonio police and SWAT surround this home on the west side on Saturday. It happened on Cincinnati Avenue near Stonegate Drive. Police initially got a call for an assault happening. When police arrived, the victim got out of the home, but the suspect barricaded himself inside.
You could tell they were all black vehicles, and I figured either a SWAT team or something. I said, oh my God, this is really serious.
After 6 hours of negotiating, a man now identified as Bobby Rocha walked out of the home. Rocha was arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and obstruction or retaliation. In the affidavit we obtained, police say that Rocha pointed a brown revolver at his roommate after the roommate accidentally let his animals loose and couldn't find one of them. Neighbors said they were worried, but glad the situation ended without anyone getting hurt.
I just didn't want another Miss Beta situation, mentally ill, and I was just like, I was afraid that might transpire, being that that's the reason it's out there.
It was very interesting to see, the hostage negotiation short van come in. They were using drones.
Bobby, you need to come outside so Yolanda can stop worrying.
I tried to speak with a person outside of the home this situation happened at, but they didn't want to talk.
We have no comment.
Police say they believe Rocha is related to the victim who initially called police about the assault. Violence Prevention Health Program Manager Erica Lee says family violence specifically does tend to rise during the holidays.
November and December, our crisis response team and our local community partners see an uptick in cases between those months. And right now, it's about a 25% increase already.
If you or someone you know is in a domestic violence situation, you can scan the QR code on your screen for access to resources. Zaria Oates, KSAT 12 News.
And we have another standoff to tell you about this morning. A man behind bars after he shot and killed a 46-year-old on the far north side of town. This all happened Saturday night just after 10 p.m. at an apartment complex on Patricia Drive, not far from Blanco Road. According to San Antonio police, two men were arguing when one of them pulled out a gun and fired. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene. The shooter fled into a nearby residence and a SWAT team then set up a perimeter. He was taken into custody after police used some tactical procedures.
A driver faces 14 charges after 6 children were injured in a crash Friday afternoon. 31-year-old Brittany Winston crashed after driving 20 miles per hour over the speed limit on Benz-Engelman Road. San Antonio police say the 6 children were in the car. Winston has been booked on 2 counts of intoxication assault, 6 counts of injury to a child, and 6 counts of aggravated assault. One of the 6 children is in critical condition.
Well, it's a crucial week for Ukraine as a U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff prepares to present a possible peace deal to Russian President Vladimir Putin on Tuesday. Meanwhile, deadly attacks continue with Russia killing at least 4 people in Kiev over the weekend. Negotiations in Florida have been called productive, but big issues like ceasefire and territory remain unresolved. Ukraine's president is headed to Paris to discuss the next steps with the French President Macron. Okay, millions of people who get back here at home, millions of people who get SNAP food benefits may soon have to work or train at least 80 hours a month to keep those benefits. A new law expands who this applies to, and a recent report says about 24 million people could lose those benefits each month. States are still struggling with rush timelines and tech issues, so some families may lose food as early as January, as the start of the new year. Officials say that the full effect will show up as people face their next check-ins. All right, some other national news this morning. The man charged with killing a healthcare CEO in New York is going to be back in court today. We're talking about Luigi Mangione. Lawyers want to block key evidence saying that it was illegally obtained. They claim that he was questioned without his rights being read and that a search of his bag was unlawful. Now, inside that bag, police found a 3D printed gun, a silencer, and a notebook that prosecutors say is a confession. If the defense succeeds, those big pieces of this case could be thrown out.
All right, 5:08, 44 degrees outside. It's chilly, it's cloudy, a little sprinkly too. We're ending November, obviously, and going into December, but November is going to rank as the 3rd warmest on record. What does December hold for us? We'll show it to you coming up.
Big news for women dealing with menopause. The FDA just changed the rules on hormone therapy. A breakdown of how it could affect you still ahead.
Plus, today is Cyber Monday, and it is set to break records with shoppers spending billions of dollars online. But with pennies disappearing, retailers are getting a little bit creative. We're going to show you what to expect and how AI is changing the game. 5:12, welcome back to GMSA. Well, holiday shopping is off to a roaring start, but retailers say that they're facing several issues, some problems, including a lack of pennies and a lack of shoppers because so much shopping is being done online. Here's ABC's Sophie Flay.
If Black Friday was any indication, Cyber Monday today could be a blockbuster for retailers. U.S. consumers spent an estimated $11.8 billion online Friday alone. That's a 9.1% increase from last year. Lines may have been long at stores, but the number of people shopping in person continues to dwindle. Foot traffic dropping nearly 4% from last year. One problem for retailers, a new kind of penny pinching.
Production for a single penny has tripled while the demand has plummeted.
The final penny was minted just 3 weeks ago, and Axios reports the national supply is collapsing far faster than expected. Many stores without exact change are rounding down, eating the cost to avoid disputes with customers. Some businesses are asking customers to bring in pennies in exchange for gift cards, saying the pennies phase out was abrupt and came with no guidance from the government. Now, the focus turns online to Cyber Monday.
There have been some pretty sizable discounts on things like televisions and laptops.
Experts suggest the best deals are likely to be on laptops, beauty products, and clothing.
Also, just kind of everyday staples. If you need a new charger, if you want to upgrade the power delivery system inside of your car to wireless charging, there are a lot of options available for folks.
And there's a new player in the dash for discounts. More than half of shoppers are expected to use artificial intelligence. Retailers from Target and Walmart to Amazon are teaming up with AI chatbots to help shoppers find the perfect gift at the perfect price. U.S. shoppers are expected to spend more than $14 billion online today, 6% more than last year. Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Okay, while the hustle and bustle of the holiday kicked off on Black Friday, many were taking their time browsing local artists' goods at, Mercado de Paz this weekend. The 36th annual International Peace Market was held at the Esperanza Peace and Justice Center. Organizers say that it's a rallying of community spirit as we get into the holidays. And with prices as low as just a few bucks for some items, everyone could find the perfect gift.
A lot of parents also bring children because they can purchase something that they've saved their money, and there are things that even children can afford. So for the children, it's exciting because it's the first time they get to pick something.
The event had pieces from Hispanic and indigenous artists as well as from Turkey and Afghanistan.
Well, some health news this morning. The FDA has just made a big change to hormone replacement therapy for menopause. They removed the toughest warning label, saying that old studies may have overstated risk like breast cancer and heart disease. For many women, especially under 60 years old, HRT can be safer than previously thought. If you're dealing with hot flashes or mood swings, it might be time to chat with your doctor about some of these potential options.
Getting colder, and we all want to stay cozy, but experts are saying that keeping active and eating well through the winter helps reduce your risk of heart disease, cancer, and inflammation. Some small changes like taking the stairs or walking farther can get a big difference and make a big difference. And when holiday treats tempt you, balance them with roasted veggies. It's not just about looking good, it's about feeling good for years to come.
Okay, looking ahead to this weekend, the inaugural San Antonio Marathon is right around the corner. It is coming up. This is the first big race of its kind by San Antonio Sports since the end of the Rock and Roll Marathon series. The series will start with a 5K through the downtown area. That's going to take place this Friday. Then Sunday will be the main event with the marathon and also the half marathon. Keep an eye on KSAT 12. Again, for more information, you could still register for this, and you could get all the details on the routes and much more as we get set for the very first San Antonio Marathon.
You're going to knock out your first marathon, RJ?
No.
That's okay.
I'll be cheering for the sidelines.
I'll be right there with you.
All right, let's see how the routes are looking this morning with traffic, and take a look at that. A lot of green on our screen there. No major issues for our drivers that are making their way out. And of course, yes, we will have more details on the marathon coming up over the next few days, including some of those closures that you need to know about. But so far this morning, traffic is looking pretty good. Again, as we start the month here, December the 1st, no major issues. 35 Wiener Road, not even any concerns over here for all of our drivers. You see the speed limit there going about normal, about 60, 65 miles per hour there. As you make your way through parts of Live Oak, Topperwine, no major issues for any of our folks there. Earlier, we did have an accident in the downtown area over by Cincinnati Street at 10, but it looks like things for the most part has cleared out as we continue to see the traffic right here at 10 at Martin Street. Again, we do have ongoing construction that's still taking place downtown at the Y, so if you're used to taking that Brooklyn exit, that McCullough exit, you might run into some delays as we make our way through. But again, we're expecting a lot more folks to be out this morning because, of course, we do have school coming back and we do have a lot of folks going back to work. So let's check in with our Weather Authority meteorologist, Justin Horn, for a check of things. How are things looking outside, Justin?
Thanks, sir. Well, it is cold. It is cold. We have temperatures in the mid-40s right now. We're watching the Authority radar to see if we have any showers working through. And we do have some light returns, but I will tell you this is nothing more than a few sprinkles. We still have pretty dry conditions at the surface, so some of this is evaporating before it hits the ground. I think as the day wears on, we'll see more of this reach the ground, but even then, this is not the kind of rain that will really add up in your rain gauge. It's going to be really light today. And I think if we're going to see any sort of, I don't even want to say significant rain, but a little better rainfall, it's going to be probably south and east of San Antonio. Here's the forecast. Some sprinkles this morning that will call for a chance of light rain. Just a 30% chance of that, but it's going to prevent temperatures from really warming up. We're thinking 45 at 11 a.m., 46 noontime, and then we'll hit a high right around 50. But at this point, as we get into the afternoon hours, just cloudy. I think rain comes to an end, if we see any at all, around 2 p.m. And then it's just sort of a cloudy, cool day. Temperatures today will stay right around, this says 64, it should not, it should say right around 50 here in San Antonio. So yeah, a chilly day. And as we look at the futurecast here, this is at 9 a.m. It does show some maybe better shower activity just to the east of San Antonio. With just really light stuff here. And then as we get to 2 o'clock, as I mentioned, most of this comes to an end, but still cloudy here in San Antonio. Then as we get into tomorrow, sun comes out. That'll warm us up. Tuesday and Wednesday are probably our warmest days, still below average, but warmer nonetheless. Then as we get into Thursday, things change again, and in a big way. We get a strong cold front through here that really cools things down. We get some upper level energy behind that, so we get some overrunning showers and maybe even a few storms are possible as we get into Thursday. So it'll be another damp, cold day on Thursday. Outside right now, we've got cloudy skies, 44, 46 down there at Stinson, and in the 30s for our friends up at Bernie. East-northeasterly winds at about 6 miles per hour there. So do know as you walk out the door this morning, again, jacket and maybe an umbrella just in case. I did want to let you know that this was the third warmest November on record here in San Antonio. Our average temperature was 67.6, enough to finish right behind 1909 and just ahead of last year. So it was a very warm November. We'll see what December brings. The averages are 67 and 45 to start the month. And then by the end of the month, we're at 63 and 41. Rain usually averages about 2 inches. It's not one of our rainier months, but we do have rain in the forecast. And as I said, below average temperatures, even Tuesday and Wednesday, which will be our warmest days, are going to sit just below average, with Thursday likely being our coldest day. Temperatures will hold in the 40s on Thursday. So 40% chance rain through roughly 2 or 3 o'clock today, 59 tomorrow, 61 Wednesday, increasing clouds. And then Thursday, front comes through, cold, windy, damp, 60% chance of rain. Thursday is going to be a icky type day unless you like that sort of thing. Small rain chances Friday morning. It does warm up by the weekend, including for the San Antonio Marathon on Sunday. Right now, we're forecasting a high of 71.
Ooh, nice.
All right, our Just Ask Justin question this morning has to do with snowfall. No, it is not going to snow. Let me just put that out there for the kids because that question's already been asked this morning. But what's the earliest measurable snowfall on record in San Antonio? What was the date? Was it November 23rd, December 7th, December 18th, or December 27th? Vote. KSAT.com/poll, scan the QR code, and we'll bring you that answer in an hour and a half.
All right. Thank you, Justin. 521 right now, 44 degrees outside.
All right. We've been talking about this. Cyber Monday is officially here. Experts are weighing in on the items that are likely to see some of the biggest deals around. We're going to tell you what to expect coming up next.
In today's Tech Bites, the Cyber Monday shopping spree is underway. Experts say the best deals will likely be on laptops, beauty products, and clothing. Major retailers like Target, Walmart, and Amazon are teaming up with AI chatbots to help shoppers find the perfect gift and price. A recent experiment found that 97% of people cannot tell the difference between human-created music and AI-generated tunes. About half said they were uncomfortable not being able to distinguish between the two forms. Adding AI could lead to more low-quality music. American Airlines say its planes impacted by an Airbus recall now have the necessary software fixes and can resume flying. Thousands of travelers around the world were stranded during the busy holiday weekend after the glitch was discovered. Now, those are your Tech Bites. I'm Sophie Flay. Have a great day.
All right, well, it is the season of giving, of course, and the Salvation Army of San Antonio is asking our community to come together to help out. They've launched their Red Kettle campaign, yet again, helping provide Christmas meals and year-round support for all of those in need. Your donations fund efforts to fight poverty, homelessness, addiction, and provide food, shelter, job training, and also disaster relief. So we have the QR code right there, right under KSAT mic. You could scan that to learn more information, also how to get involved.
525 right now, 44 outside. A deadly fire on San Antonio's west side left at least one dog dead and another injured. We'll tell you what happened and who escaped safely next.
Also ahead on GMSA at 6 o'clock, a deadly shooting on the far north side sparks a SWAT standoff. Stay with us to hear how officers arrested the suspect and what we've learned this morning.
Coming up on 5:30 right now. Good morning, San Antonio. Hey, it's the first day of December, and it feels like it.
Absolutely it does. And hopefully you guys had a good Thanksgiving holiday. I know I gained a little extra weight there. You feel it, the suit this morning?
You can't see it, though. It's fine.
Oh, thank you.
We're with him, but at this time, again, walking outside, we will definitely need a jacket.
Why is it that desserts are so good on Thanksgiving? I don't know what it is. Yes, you're right. You will want a jacket, maybe an umbrella, too. It's not so damp right now. We're seeing just a few sprinkles around the area, but we can see a bit more shower activity as the morning wears on. Right now, as you're walking out the door, it is 44 degrees here in San Antonio, 45 Converse, 46 in Stinson, and 46 right now in Floresville, 43 New Braunfels, 41 Canyon Lake, and 40 in Comfort. So, yes, it is a chilly morning. Let's get you to the bus stop for those kiddos who are headed back to school this morning. I know I don't want to, I didn't want to come to work either, but it is what it is. You got to go. Actually, I love my job. But 42 degrees at 7 a.m. Spotty shower activity, and then cloudy, cool. Showers will be ending around 3 o'clock when you get home, so it's not going to be an all-day rain event, but do know that you may run into some showers this morning. Rain chances. 40% chance today. We'll put in another good chance on Thursday as a front comes through. Not only will it be cold, it will be windy and somewhat damp again on Thursday with some lingering showers Friday. So a lot of ups and downs this week. I'm going to show you the temperatures coming up, and it's going to be one of those weeks where you're going to have all kinds of clothes ready. We'll show it to you here in just a couple minutes. Jeff.
New this morning, a man is in the hospital this morning after fire crews had to cut the roof off his car. San Antonio police say that this was a single car crash, happened on Cincinnati Avenue just after 2 a.m. The man's legs were trapped under the dash. Firefighters rescued him out of the car. He was taken to the hospital with minor injuries.
Well, 2 families this morning starting the week off recovering from a house fire. San Antonio firefighters say that 10 people and 3 dogs escaped from this fire safely, but 1 dog unfortunately did not survive. The fire started around 6 o'clock last night under carports at a home on San Luis Street near South Zarzamorta. Now, firefighters say that winds made it challenging to put this fire out, and the flames managed to spread to both roofs. Investigators are still trying to determine how this fire started.
Investigators still trying to figure out what sparked a house fire near Uvalde that killed 2 people early Sunday morning. The fire happened around 1:30 a.m. along County Road 372 east of Uvalde. Uvalde Volunteer Fire Department says that 2 people were found inside the home. They were both pronounced dead at the scene, but as of this morning, the 2 have not been identified and the cause of the fire is still under investigation.
A 56-year-old man threatened to kill 4 other people who were inside a home with him on the east side of town. This incident started a little after 1 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning on Burleson Street, not far from North New Braunfels Avenue. Now, police tell us that the man had a knife and also threatened to kill those folks inside, those others, if they tried to leave that home. The 4 victims were able to barricade themselves in a bedroom away from the suspect and waited for police to arrive. We're still waiting for more information from SAPD, but do know that those 4 people, again, did get out safely.
Lori Rocha is still searching for the person who took her son's life. Aaron Rocha, who was only 25 when he was riding in a car with a friend and a road rage incident involved another driver. The driver fired multiple shots at their car around 2:30 a.m. on November 26, 2016, hitting both Aaron and the driver. Aaron died from his injuries, and 9 years later, police have yet to make an arrest. Lori shared that recently she received new information from the detective working the case. While part of the incident happened on Humner Road near Northwest Military Drive, investigators now believe that some of it took place at the intersection of Blanco and Churchill Estates.
I won't stop. 9 years, 20 years, however long I have breath, I'll be doing this.
Hoping that someone knows something, saw something, and they'll speak up and say something about what happened to Aaron that night.
That's what you're looking at is the Shell gas station on Blanco and Churchill Estates on the north side that Lori says that she was told may have been where Aaron first was shot. And if you know anything about what happened here on November 26, November 26, 2016, you need to contact SAPD.
Well, of course, we just mentioned it is the start of December. That means days after Thanksgiving marks the start of Christmas tree season for many local families.
And this year, get this, the tree farms have reported an increase in new customers.
Okay, some good news there. Experts say that economic factors may be driving this new trend when it comes to these trees. According to the American Christmas Tree Association, tariffs on imported artificial trees, mostly made in China, are raising prices. At the same time, the Real Christmas Tree Board reports that there is an 84% tree growth for some of those that are maintaining some of the current prices, again, despite those higher costs.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is under fire after reports claim that he ordered U.S. forces to kill everyone on suspected drug boats, a move that could be a war crime. Lawmakers from both parties are investigating the strike in the Caribbean. Hegseth defends his orders as targeting narco-terrorists, while President Donald Trump says that he's looking into the matter. As the week begins, a significant winter storm is expected to impact much of the country. The Midwest is recovering from heavy snowfall while the South prepares for freezing rain. These weather systems will combine to bring challenging conditions to the East Coast, including snow and rain mixes. Airports are experiencing delays and cancellations, and roadways remain hazardous. Now, travelers are advised to exercise caution and stay updated on the latest forecast. FDA is changing how it approves vaccines. Senior FDA officials shared a memo saying the COVID-19 vaccine may have caused the deaths of at least 10 children. The memo claims that the healthy kids who had very low risk from COVID were pushed to get the vaccine through school and work mandates, and that it could lead to death. The FDA looked at 96 deaths and found that 10 might be linked to the vaccine. Because of this, they say the future vaccines will need stronger proof of safety before they hit the market. But so far, they haven't shared exactly how the approval process will change. Happening today, VIA hosting a job fair. Will be held at the VIA Metro Center on San Pedro Avenue. And they're looking for bus drivers, mechanics, transit security, and more. VIA says the prospective bus drivers should be at least 21 years old, have 3 years of driving experience, and have good people skills. The fair runs from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And if you think it's super easy, you need to go check out the story that I did not too long ago. It's a lot harder than you think, but with proper training, you can do it.
All right, yes, definitely need some skills. Well, speaking of VIA as well, they're offering fare-free rides today in observance of Rosa Parks Day. Now, buses will also be shining their headlights throughout the day in honor of Rosa Parks' legacy. So this goes for all buses, VIA Trans, and VIA Link trips. Okay, speaking of the roads, and as Jeff mentioned, she did a great job with that story. Definitely want to check out that VIA job fair there as they continue good things across our city right now. I-10 at Days of Alla Road. We're taking a look at this one area because we're seeing a little bit of a closure right there, right before you get to UTSA Boulevard. This is going to be an ongoing thing, but we are going to get an update from KSAT later on this week about what is going on out there, UTSA Boulevard. I know a lot of folks are a little frustrated when it comes to that exit not being available and that street not being available for folks that are trying to make their way over to the main campus at UTSA. But again, we'll get an update later on this week from KSAT on that. 35 at Wiener Road, traffic starting to build a little bit out here, but still no major delays. Again, my guess is that we did not have construction over the weekend because it was a holiday. That means that our crews are still off as of this Monday morning. So we'll continue to keep an eye on the roads right now, but everything for the most part is accident free. We saw that video earlier of that incident over at 10 at Cincinnati. That's been the only thing that we've seen during our overnight hours. Justin.
Thanks, sir. We'll go outside with IVCam. It's 5:36, 44 degrees. Cloudy skies, a few sprinkles out there this morning. Very chilly as you walk out the door. By the way, hurricane season is over with. What did it look like and what do the numbers look like? How does it compare? We'll show it to you coming up.
We told you about this. San Antonio wants your ideas. Got to make the Riverwalk even better. A new survey live, and you can share your thoughts online or right from the river itself. We'll tell you how to get involved.
And booking a trip should be easy, but sometimes it leads to suspicious texts, surprise fees, and a struggle to get your money back. KSAT anchor Stephanie Senna is going to be joining us to tell us how to avoid these headaches.
All right, folks, for you early risers, if you're heading out the door here soon, jacket, umbrella, both needed this morning. We'll see some light sprinkles, some showers, but cold temperatures all day will likely not get above or too much above 50 degrees by the afternoon.
Hi, welcome back. It's 5:43, and KSAT Community is working to save you some extra headaches this holiday season. And on Wednesday, some experts with RBFCU and the Better Business Bureau will be here at KSAT for a town hall to share how to protect yourself from scams and also how to recover from them. So we talked to one woman who made the right move and ultimately protected herself from being out of more than $1,000.
Tony tells us she and her husband love to travel, so when they got the call about a type of travel that they had booked in the past, they wanted to try it again. But when they tried to book it, something didn't seem right.
When we tried to actually book the travel and then get in touch with someone, that's when it started to become a little bit difficult.
They were first told to go online and to fill out the dates that they wanted, and they didn't get a response for a while until they finally got a text message, which was their first red flag. A woman named Gabriella texted that she would help book the trip through text message only.
That was kind of like my first red flag, because businesses don't normally send text messages or operate through text messaging.
However, Tony did contact customer service only to find out from their booking representative that they didn't have the exact dates or the exact package that they initially paid for. And the representative started talking about additional fees. So Tony asked for a refund, which the representative refused. That's when Tony reached out to her credit card company, and after an investigation, she got her money back.
It was very frustrating. It took a lot of time, and I was so upset. I was like, I'm going to report these people. So that's why I went to the Better Business Bureau and wrote up a little thing on them. I think that was probably the first time I've ever did something like that, because I wanted people to be aware and people to know of what's going on out here.
Well, yeah, Tony tells us if it hadn't been for her credit card company, she would have been out more than $1,500. So, in fact, that is one piece of advice that the San Antonio Business Bureau has on their website, to pay with a credit card because it will be easier to dispute fraudulent charges later. And you can hear more about how to protect yourself and also how to recover from scams during our KSAT Community Town Hall that's happening this Wednesday at 11 a.m.
All right, thank you very much for that, Stephanie. Well, if you visited the Riverwalk over the weekend or plan to during the holiday season, you saw some of the amazing lights, and now the city is asking for help making it shine even brighter. The city launched a survey asking people to weigh in on what changes they might like to see in and around the Riverwalk area. KSAT reporter Katrina Weber went down to the Riverwalk herself to see what changes people would like to see.
The traffic around this area is terrible.
I wish there was more places to work out.
The water is really dirty. If the water was more clear, I think it'd be nicer.
All right, well, if you want to make your voice heard as well, go to saspeakup.com/Riverwalk. The survey runs through the end of this month, or through the end of January. Sorry, what am I thinking? January 31st. Sorry, I was thinking about December. The city also placing signs with QR codes all along the Riverwalk, and you can scan one of those codes to take that survey yourself.
Hey, it is the 1st of December now, and I know it's Cyber Monday for a lot of people out there who are trying to, get those deals and stuff online, but do not forget, rent is due. That rent ain't got no cyber discount on it.
Wow, Jeff just brought it like,
I have to. We got to bring the reality back out, because they'll get all excited about getting that extra stuff, but then you'll be like, oh, snap.
December's a tough month.
It is.
Gifts and anyway, well, yeah.
Jeff's adulting over here.
I'm trying.
Seriously. Let's get to weather here. Let's take a look at the authority radar. We've got some very, very light showers working through right now. So these very light returns you see here, this is probably some sprinkles or some drizzle. We just haven't seen a whole lot here around San Antonio. Now, I do think we'll see a little bit more as morning wears on, but the main area for rain is going to be the coastal plains. We're already seeing some showers and a little heavier downpours out towards Hallettsville, down towards Victoria this morning. So look for a couple sprinkles through 8 a.m. We may see that change over to some spotty showers or light rain, 10, 11, 12. And then by 2 o'clock, really, I think the rain ends and we just go to cloudy skies. But with very little sun today, we're just going to have a hard time warming up. So I think 50 is probably our high. Again, a coolish day. You'll have some winds from time to time, so there will be a wind chill too. Rain chances today sit at 40%, but it's mostly just light stuff. We'll see a break Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday, another front comes in. We get some upper level support with that. So it'll be cold, it'll be damp, and just another one of those days, winter-like days on Thursday. Friday, we'll see some lingering showers in the morning, but rain ends by the weekend. So this is the extended forecast. 59 Tuesday, 61 Wednesday. There's your 60% chance of rain Thursday, 46. Then a very small chance Friday morning, 53. We warm up by the weekend. 68 Saturday with some morning fog, 71 Sunday for the marathon. So it all looks good there. Thursday is going to be the one day that is not going to be so nice. All right, let's talk hurricane season now. 2025 was a fairly busy season, really about average. You see all the named storms here, but I think what was interesting about it is that we did not have a hurricane making landfall in the United States for the first time in a long time. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that most of these turned back out to the Atlantic. Why? Well, we just had a good, strong Bermuda high, and just the way that it curved these storms, it just kept bringing them back, sort of the boomerang situation. And look, that's not a bad thing. We don't want damage or anything like that, but of course we missed out on any really good moisture here across the United States due to that. And if you look at the 2025 hurricane season recap, we had 13 named storms, 5 hurricanes, 4 major hurricanes, and the average is 14, 7, and 3. So really, it was a pretty average season when you put it all together with the amount of storms we had. It just, again, the impacts were a little bit less because we didn't see the impacts directly to the United States. So let's look at the extended forecast here one last time. Just to get you an update on it. Again, 59 Tuesday, 61 Wednesday, front Thursday, and you see the rain chances there on Thursday. But if you're walking out the door right now, showers, cloudy, cool, a little bit of a wind chill. Not the nicest of mornings, but I don't think rain will be a big issue today. So that's the good news if you're going to be out on the roads. All right, let's go over to Just Ask Justin this morning. And it has to do with snowfall. We don't have any snow in the forecast, by the way. But I want us to know, what's the earliest measurable snowfall on record in San Antonio? Is it November 23rd, December 7th, December 18th, or December 27th? Man, it is split. Break the tie. Go to KSAT.com/polls. Kenny QR code brought to you by Capital Farm Credit. The answer will come your way in about 1 hour.
Is this Googleable? Googleable?
Might be. Might be. I don't know.
Don't Google me.
No, don't Google. It's no fun that way.
Any other hints? A year?
Nope.
Okay, no hints.
All the races are sold out.
All right, 5:50, yes, right now as we take a look at traffic. And okay, so Stephanie just kind of gave us an update on the San Antonio Marathon as we're going to continue to get more details on that as we get set for that. So it looks like registration may actually be closed for some of those events. So again, we will be following all the street closures taking place and the times that you need to know about throughout the rest of this week. Let's give you an update right here. 35 at Weidner Road. Traffic is slow going through here, but not too bad, actually. I mean, all things considered, no major issues when it comes to construction there. We're looking at about 50 to 55 miles per hour for all of our drivers on the northeast side. Again, on this Monday morning, how about the downtown area? No major issues here as well, but still ongoing construction. This is all that bridge joint work that's taking place here at 10 at the Y for all of our drivers that are coming up from Martin Street all the way up to McCullough. Now, I did notice that the Brooklyn entrance coming through McCullough, that has been closed there for quite some time now. So definitely something that you want to keep in mind for all of our folks out there if you are about to head out on this Monday morning. And again, we're going to give you more updates as we make our way through the rest of this week. Also for the situation on the northwest side of town. Obviously, a lot of folks have reached out to me about some of the construction issues, not really with the flyovers, but over here by UTSA Boulevard as that continues to be worked on for that part of town. That is all part of the 1604 expansion taking place there on the northwest side. But 7 of those 8 flyovers are officially open, so I didn't see any major issues out there when it came to our holiday traffic, and that is expected to pick up as we make our way through the rest of this month.
All right. 5:52 right now. Today is your second to indulge in your favorite flavor. You can stay tuned to find out why this day is sweeter than you think. And welcome back. 5:55 right now. Okay, so if you're still sitting on those leftover pies, today is your day because December the 1st is actually National Pie Day. The second time we celebrate this sweet treat each year. Now, according to nationaldaycalendar.com, the more popular National Pie Day is on January the 23rd. Whether it's pumpkin, pecan, or blueberry, it's the perfect excuse to enjoy a sweet treat. I could have sworn Pie Day was
3/14.
Yeah. Am I tripping? No, I guess that's pizza, but this one may be like just the sweetest.
You were right. Yeah, 3/14 is usually Pie Day.
Okay, well,
that's the mathematical Pie Day.
This one right here, dang, that pie was thick. Did you see that? It might have a lot of stuff in it. I swear. What kind of pies did you have for the holidays?
I just did pumpkin this year.
Okay.
I try to stay away from the pecan. I'm a big pecan fan, but man, that's those are.
Mom hooked us up with the strawberry cheesecake, so that was actually tasty.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I did pumpkin, but I did a lot of whipped cream on it. So
Look at you. Either way, it's your day if you want to keep on eating those leftovers.
Absolutely, yes. Okay, so we are getting ready for GMSA at 6 o'clock, and coming up in just a little bit, we're going to be talking about this study that finds that kids who get phones way too young, way too early may face health problems later on in life. We're going to tell you what these experts are recommending coming up.
Plus, we do have a deadly shooting to talk about that happened on the far north side and leading to a SWAT standoff. We'll tell you how police brought the suspects into custody next.
And we're giving a quick look here at our TransGuide traffic cameras across the beautiful city of San Antonio. Again, on this Monday morning, traffic is light right now, but things are expected to pick up as we get all of our kids back to school. A lot of us are back at work this morning as we start a brand new work week. We're going to give you some updates on the northwest side, the northeast sides of town coming up in just a little bit on Good Morning San Antonio at 6 o'clock.